Ioannina. The Jewish population of Ioannina was mostly to be found in the following areas: the old neighbourhood, within the fortress walls, the Merali Ruga, Big Street, next to the fortress, which was later renamed Max Nordau Street and today is called Iosif Street, Kunduriotu Street and the alleys leading to it, and Livadiotu Street, today's Sutsu Street. Despite the fact that there had been Jewish residents in the city from as early as the 8th or 9th century CE, they first began to settle in an organised fashion in a quarter of their own from 1611. That year, after the failed local uprising of Dionysius the Cyclosophus, the Cynic, the Ottoman authorities decided to settle Turkish and Jewish families in the fortress. In time, this quarter became inseparably linked with the Jewish tradition of the city. The Romaniot Jews of Ioannina created probably the most significant community of Greek-speaking Jews in Greece and reached notable levels of cultural and financial development. In 1912, the community confidently welcomed the liberation of Ioannina from Ottoman rule and continued its particularly active life. The Kahal Kadosh Yashan synagogue, also known as the Synagogue Within, was right next to the fortress wall and was built in 1829, replacing an older synagogue at the same place. This synagogue still serves the religious requirements of the very few Jews who live in the city today. Around 1840, the numbers of the Jewish community of Ioannina had increased so much that most of its members already lived outside the fortress walls. Small clusters of Jewish households were to be found in many parts of the city, mostly in and around the marketplace. The largest of all Jewish neighbourhoods was that of the Merali Ruga, in which the new synagogue, the Kahal Kadosh Hadash, as well as the School of the Alliance Israelite Universelle, were built. Unfortunately, today only few traces of this neighbourhood remain, as it was destroyed during the war and emptied of its people, most of whom faced a tragic end in Auschwitz. The name of the street, in honour of the great poet and Talmudic expert of Ioannina, Yosef Eliah, and a community building whose residents are mostly elderly survivors, are the only vestiges of the history of this part of the city.